Sell better together.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening. Time check for you 19 hours 4. My name is Amrita Koshal and this is your nightly newscast in detail. Guyana has submitted to the International Court of Justice in The Hague, Netherlands, its memorial on the merits of its case against Venezuela. The submission takes the court one step closer to ruling on the matter. The submission is as required by the court following its decision of 18th of December 2020 to hear the case. The decision was a confirmation of its jurisdiction to decide the merits of Guyana's border claims. The court case stems from the dispute between Guyana and Venezuela over the ownership of the Essequibo region. And moving on, for 1 week now, the Parliament Office has been running an advertisement in the daily newspapers signaling its intent to rent tents, tables and chairs for upcoming sittings of the National Assembly, venued at the Arthur Chung Conference Center at Lilliendale, Georgetown. The sessions were moved to that venue following the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. To this end, we were informed that since the conference center is not outfitted with space, that is, for the media to dine, a decision was taken to have the facilities rented to better accommodate the press. We were told too that the Parliament Office is presently renting tents from Rent a Tent, as a contract was awarded by MPTAP for this service. However, a reliable source said that the contract with the local business has come to an end. And in other stories, GPL is mulling an increase in light bill charges as fuel prices have reached $140 per barrel, thus driving up the company's operating expense to a whopping $4.5 billion monthly, while electricity sales merely account for $3 billion. According to CEO for the electricity company, Mr. Bharat Dindayal, while this increase is not presently being reflected on customers' bills, it may very well be an option if the electricity consumption is not reduced. In a statement on Tuesday, GPL said that the events unfolding in Europe, particularly due to the Russian invasion of Ukraine, has impacted fuel costs, which are likely to further increase. It added that this development means that GPL has to utilize every dollar it collects to meet its operating expenditure, and the financially challenging position cannot be sustained at current fuel prices. Moving on, President Irfan Ali has announced that his government is currently in discussion with Barbados to invest some $175 million in black belly sheep with the hope of making $43 million in annual returns. This initiative, according to Ali, is aimed at reducing CARICOM's importation of mutton, lamb and other sheep meat into the region, which has spent some $48 million in 2019 to import 7,900 tons of mutton, lamb and other meat products from sheep. To reduce the importation of sheep products, Ali wants to up the local production in 5 years to above 7,000 tons. But for this to happen, a huge investment will have to be made. Although the president is confident that money will be made from the investment, industry experts noted that considerations must be taken because the market can change based on demand and other factors. The time has now moved on to 19 hours 7. We will return with more news for you shortly after the break.
Diana, join me on the Glenn Lal Show every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 7:20 p.m. and a rebroadcast at 11 a.m. The Glenn Lal Show, only on Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 and 99.5 FM.
And we now return with more news in detail. Work has commenced on the much-needed alternative road on the east bank of Demerara, this time to directly connect Eccles and Mocha. Commuters currently enjoy a diversion from the East Bank Demerara bumper-to-bumper rush hour traffic through the Diamond to Eccles Interlink Road, but this drive also requires drivers to brake from the bypass onto the Mocha Main Road before turning off to connect to Red Road, then Hacks Bosch Road in Eccles. Drivers who miss this connection sometimes find themselves lost in surrounding communities on narrow, unpaved streets and must seek direction on how to reconnect and resume their commute. Ministry of Housing officials told the Kaieteur News that preparatory work is currently taking place for the laying of the new road. And finally, we now tell you, police in Region 6 have arrested 2 suspects wanted in connection with the stabbing to death of a 21-year-old overseas-based Guyanese at Grant 1802 Crabwood Creek, Berbice. Relatives, that is, shifted from a state of happiness over the weekend to an unexpected sorrow following the tragedy. The dead man has been identified as Lakan Chatterpal of Cleveland, Ohio. Regional Commander Budnarain Prasad confirmed that the arrests were made yesterday. However, they are searching for a 3rd suspect. Reports from the police detailed that Lakan returned to Guyana a week ago to attend his brother's wedding, which was held on Sunday, the 6th of March. However, on Tuesday, there was a family get-together when 3 men who were not related to them entered the yard where the wedding was held, and they were asked to leave. The men reportedly became annoyed and decided to damage the vehicles that were parked a short distance away. This caused Lakan and other relatives to venture out and confront the men, and an argument erupted. At some point, there was a scuffle and Lakan was stabbed to the lower abdomen. The men escaped and he was rushed to the Skeldon Public Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. And with that, we have come to the end of your nightly newscast. My name is Amrita Koshal, and you are listening to Kaieteur Radio.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.
Fellow Guyanese, we have to ensure that the country does not get the wrong end of the stick